I wanted to share just a quick little update as a little bit of Monday motivation. If you're not following Joy Briggs, who's our lead coach, if you're not following Joy Briggs on social media channels, you need to. We're going to be sharing a lot more of her on this Oxygen page because she is our lead coach. She's a brilliant person. She's one of my best friends. She's an excellent athlete, and it wasn't always that way for her. Okay, so 6 years ago, basically Joy went for the odd run and did a little bit of yoga sometimes. Okay, that was the extent of her exercise. Now she's someone who is really, really strong at a range of movements, those movements that I've already outlined, and she's figured out that she took on the sport of weightlifting, and over the last 18 months, she's figured out she's pretty damn good at it. But even when you're as good as Joy is, and she has already broken some New South Wales records, which is amazing for someone who's so new to the sport. Joy shared a video today, and it's a really good message that comes back to our traffic light system when we all have red days, we all have orange days, and we all have green days. Okay, so that's something that we assess our clients at every time they come to the front door of the gym. They're ready to tackle their workout. We greet our clients here at the door, and we say a quick g'day, and then we scan them with the traffic light system. And so basically with the traffic light system, if you're a red light, which we don't want to be too often, but we all do have red light days. Red light's when you feel tired, you could be lacking sleep, maybe you're not so energetic, you may even have an injury potentially, but you're here to try and achieve something positive. If you're a yellow, orange, amber, we can't all agree upon what the middle colour of a traffic light is. I'm really curious to see our viewers and subscribers and what they would call the middle colour of a traffic light set. We've called it yellow on this sheet, but some days people come in and they say, I'm orange, I'm yellow, I'm amber. We get what they mean. If you're that middle colour, it's when you're feeling a little bit meh, you're okay, but you're not potentially feeling super energetic. And, you know, we often have days like that quite often, but it all just also depends on the outlook that you have on life. Some people always come in and they're cheerful and they're happy and they're, I'd say they're green a lot more than some other people. And that's really the definition of a green. You know, you're feeling good, you're here at the gym and you're ready to, give your all today and rip into a really good session. So that's a little bit of information about our traffic light system. And it's something that's really quick and simple for us to scan the people at the door to ensure that perhaps they're not sick, because we don't want anyone who's potentially been sick or feeling a little bit off to enter our facility. It's very, very clean. It's well ventilated at the moment because we have both roller doors up when the session starts. And it's just a really clean environment. So obviously the message is if you are sick, you've been feeling sick, you've got any doubts about being sick, then you just stay home. But when you do come here, perhaps you're not sick, but you might not still be feeling your best. So the traffic light system for us has been a really, really big, important piece to add to the start of sessions to get an idea of how people are feeling, how they might potentially move today, what exercises they might need to leave out or replace. And I think myself and my lead coach, Joy, who's just walked into the session, do a really good job of customising our workouts depending on how people are feeling each day. And Joy's message today was, it's her first session with her Olympic weightlifting coach today in quite a while, and she was feeling a bit red light. And Joy's a pretty tough person. She manages a lot of stuff, and she doesn't have red light days as often as some people, but today was one of them. And she went and did a session. She didn't set any great expectations for herself, and she just approached it with a really good attitude. It's a chance to just get back into it. I'm not going to break any world records today. And the point of the video, and I really encourage you to go and watch it, is she started as a red light, she left the session as a green light. She felt a million times better having done something positive, something she enjoys, something that she's good at, something that challenged her both mentally and physically to improve herself. So I'm going to share that video with you guys, and you'll be seeing a lot more of myself and Joy over coming Oxygen videos.
Just thought I'd jump on here and make a quick video. Talk about training when you are feeling like a red light. I'm about to head to Marilla to train with George today. This will be my first Monday session with him for a while. It's taken just a couple of weeks to settle into new routines with everything going on at Oxygen, and now with Mark living up in Sydney, trying to figure out how we're just going to have everything running smoothly with work and home. And I've just been feeling this a little bit flat and not forcing myself to get to training. But now we are settling into it. It's week 3 now since we've been back, and while we're still finding our feet with Mark, he's on an alternating roster. He doesn't actually have to leave till 2 o'clock today, so I know that I've got a little bit of time when I get home to spend with him before he takes off back down to Sydney this afternoon. Anyway, I'm definitely feeling a red light, and I've just finished at work having a good chat with Dave and Katie. We had quite a quiet session with now that our dear Kyla's gone, which is very sad, and a few people away. We just had a quiet session and a really good chat, and now I'm having a coffee, and trying to find a coffee pissed me off because I couldn't get a park down the top end of town, so I had to come down here and trying to find a cafe that was actually open where I wanted to go. Annoyed me, so I'm even feeling more red light than what I was 5 minutes ago. But anyway, I've got my coffee. I'm going to down that. I'm going to have a protein bar to try and get myself a little bit of energy, and I'm going to head along to training and just do the best I can today. I'm not going to worry about what weight I'm lifting. I'm not going to worry about failing reps, which you do a lot in Olympic lifting. It's a lot different to powerlifting, but failing reps is not a huge issue. So if I drop a bar, I drop a bar. I'm just going to focus on doing what I can, lifting with the best technique possible, and listening to my body. And a lot of the times when I am a red light, I actually find that halfway through the session that changes and I start to feel a lot better. Sometimes it doesn't, but most of the time it does. So already feeling better about it now that I've just talked about it. Gonna finish my coffee, go and lift some weights, go and spend some time with Mark, pick the girls up at all different times of the day, which they do, which is really annoying, and get tea organised, and then come back and support our evening crew through their first testing of the week. See you then, guys. Did I get that? I got that. That one wasn't going to press out. No. Oh, now I'm going to do that twice. I got weight on them. Definitely going to have to get lower. But I don't want to be in a full catch. I want to try and get halfway.
Good, huh?
Now I'm trying to do it full.
Good. Easy. Get my elbows on up.
You should drop on the bed a bit more.
Everything close to your body. Go at it in, flick through. Better. Easier? Good luck.
Oh, dizzy.
And a nice deep breath before this last one. This is you're about to go. Suck it in. Big breath and go. Keep everything tight. Good. Drive. In.
Oh, it flew up.
Yeah.
Just a little post-training update, guys. Just finished with George, and I definitely have gone from a red light to a green light. Had a cracker of a session. Only one failed, well, not failed, but one dodgy lift out of the whole session, which was my final jerk, which is to be expected at the end of your session. Felt so much better. Picked up a few new technique tips that I perhaps hadn't been paying as much attention to. So that message to you guys is really listen to your coach. They know what they're talking about. So if we give you little tips and techniques to try them. If they work for you, awesome. If they don't, you know, we'll try something else. Not every cue works for every person. Sometimes it takes different ways of saying it to get through to each and every one of you. Now, one thing I wanted to quickly talk about is, yep, I was a red light. I've gone to training, had a great training session. I'm now a green light. And a lot of the times when you see people working hard, achieving goals, doing well at training, even when they've got a busy life and different things going on, we tend to comment in the section below and go, oh wow, you're so awesome. And I just want to say, I'm not awesome. I'm just one of millions of women who are doing what they're supposed to be doing and doing what I choose to be doing. And when I say doing what you're supposed to be doing, I'm talking about things like, yep, I've got 3 kids. Yep, I have to pick them up from school at different times. Yep, I have to organise dinner. Yep, I have to do my groceries. Yep, Mark's going to be at work. He's not going to be at home a lot of the time. But that's a situation for just about every mother. And also single mothers who don't have a partner around. That's the shit we've got to do. We've just got to do it. And we don't need to be congratulated for it. We shouldn't be expecting to be congratulated for it. We've just got to get on with it. And then when it comes to what I choose to do, I choose to compete in competitions. So I have to train. I've got to put in the time and the reps if I want to be any good. So I'm expected to do that. So I can't be looking for praise and being put on a pedestal for things that I'm expected to do. And I think girls, women, all too often put other women up on this great big pedestal, telling them how amazing they are, how awesome they are, thinking that they're never going to be like that. They're never going to be able to achieve those things. That kind of stuff that person is doing is way out of their reach. But it's not. You can be inspired by other people, but stop comparing yourself to them. Set goals for you. You know, I'm weightlifting. You don't want to weightlift. This person's really good at the bench press. Bench press might not be your thing. This person's really good at going for 5 kg runs, and you think they're amazing because they went for a 5 kg run. But do you want to run 5 kg? Probably not. It's probably nothing you've ever thought about or ever want to do. So, and be inspired by them. Let them know you're inspired by them, but stop trying to put too much pressure on yourself to be like them. Anyway, that was just my little rant. I'm going to go home now and eat some food and get on with all that shit I'm supposed to do. See ya. Bye.